Hello and welcome, Machine Gaming here. I'm going to do a quick run through Zone of Haze, try to kind of go over how to get the two achievements in one. The one for running it without getting in-capped and running it also in under 20 minutes. So I'm going to be using the Brahminy bingo combination for this run. The bingo is just for marking targets and for shooting the symbols. Bounce does not do a good job. It has a tendency of shooting the wrong symbols with a bounce bullet and screwing up the order. It also really doesn't have the good single target damage like the bingo does. For food, I'm using crumbly bread. For the drink, I'm actually using all-weather stew for the stamina increase, even though temperature is not a factor at all in this dungeon. I'm using 5 whims, Utter Delight, Spring Legs, Weaver, Arrow Leap, and what's the other one? No, I can't even remember. Utter Delight, Spring Legs, yeah, Weaver, Chloro Armor, there we go. Chloro Armor and Arrow Leap. So, without further ado, I'm going to head on in before my buffs run out. I've got about 20 minutes left on the crumbly bread. But I'm going to try to do this in around probably 18 minutes just to give myself time to talk. When you see these symbols in the beginning, the one on the left is going to be the first one with one row of triangles, and then the one on the right. So you see we've got the sphere, followed by the diamond, and then we can go ahead. Now these guys up here you can run right past. I do try to shoot the watchers though, so they don't slow me down, because sometimes they wander into your path, and you know, they slow you down, they drain your sanity. Which is annoying. But sanity is actually not too big of a problem in here, because these pillars of light that you'll see in just a second, like that, kind of like the ones we saw earlier, these will actually restore your sanity. You can see, now I had 10 stacks of darkness there because I'm kind of taking my time. But it restores your sanity and removes stacks of darkness to restore you to normal. So I'll fly down here, kind of skip around that content there, and roll to weaver up this guy. Release the wolf deviation, throw a turret, get hit. Mark this guy. There's a Gnar standing way up there on top of that pillar. I think he's always up there. I've seen him up there before. He might always be there. Okay. Now this next room, you're going to have Rainfall Reapers that will drop glowing orbs that you can throw into the pillars to kind of activate them so you can see what the symbols are.
We can restart them with enough energy, but to get that energy, we'll need to find materials here. Look, those deviants ahead should be a good source. Defeat them,
and our first symbol is the sphere. So just have to remember that. And try to be able to shoot the broadside of a barn. That's always nice. Okay, here's another Rainfall Reaper. And these guys will run out of there. There's also guys that will run out of that side. Try to get rid of them. I don't know what just hit me. If you're careful, you can throw that orb right through that gap, and we can see the moon is our second symbol. So we got sphere, then moon. And again, if you're really careful, you can throw this through the gap. And we see diamond. So sphere, moon, diamond are our symbols. And now that those are gone, we can just run right through. I'm not going to pick anything up. just in case things go wrong. I want to make sure I get as much time as I can.
I've gone through all the archaeological.
You can just jump right through these guys.
I have to say, it's fascinating stuff.
With spring legs or with double jump, either one will work. Try to get this top Scorcher head out of your way. He can follow you into the next area, and he's pretty annoying.
Isn't it tantalizing? We should explore more of these ruins.
Okay, now this mirror. What you can do is actually grab Molotovs, if I got any here. Don't shoot the mirror. Yeah, that went totally wrong. That's alright, though. I should have thought to have Molotovs on the bar ahead of time. Okay, well, I guess it did work to an extent. So you can fly through here. I like to roll right here to weaver those guys up because they'll follow you. I love that sound. And take the watchers out first.
Careful.
Again.
That big guy up ahead seems tricky.
Again, if you could hit the broadside of
Look
a
at the
barn.
surroundings. It's protected
Try to
by the
aim
city.
better than I do,
Ordinary weapons won't
because
hurt.
it helps.
Since Rosetta reached further than this, there must be
Let's
some
clear
way
those
to grant the
guys
city's
out.
protection.
And I'm going to switch to the bingo to mark these guys. These Scorcher heads in here are going to be kind of like the Rainfall Reapers were in the last zone. They're going to drop the orbs that we need. There are 4 pillars in this zone. Come on, pick it up. Okay, so the third symbol is going to be the sphere. You'll kind of need to be quick on your feet in here. The enemies have a way of overwhelming you if you're not. Sphere and then hourglass. Okay, the second symbol is going to be diamond. So diamond, sphere, hourglass. Meaning the first one, of course, is going to be the moon. What a good guess. Okay. There's a bug there. You can't see the symbol yet. Sometimes you just got to get close. And it's not the one we want. There's the moon. Got it in one shot. Yeah, and that's actually... That's the one we want. Diamond. Sphere. That's lucky when they're all in order like that. Now, get out deviation, throw turret, and I'm gonna get out a drone here. And then mark the target. Switch to the wrong weapon. Can't mark him with a Brahminy. And this is the kind of the part where you need to be a little mobile, because you can see this drill wants a piece of me. Now, there's a trick you can use with him. Oh, he targeted the wolf. That's good. If he comes after me, he can't go over this ledge, so he has to go around that way. So if he does, I'm just going to run, or jump rather, over the edge and make him chase me. Here he comes. Just like that. So that's how you can avoid the drill in the Scorcher room. And now the Scorcher's dead. Now sometimes the drill will survive and chase you and not let you get your loot here without a fight. They can be very annoying, but fortunately this time he died. What happens is it insta-kills them when the Scorcher dies, but if they're underground, they're immune to all damage. So I think it's just a bug with that. Again, through here, we could just fly kind of right through. and avoid as much as
According to
possible.
Rosetta's research, the
Now,
civilization abandoned
if you
all
see
its accomplishments.
slightly to the right there, you can see that teleport
Great
door
Ones that
guy,
controlled
like
still
you
had faith in
see in
civilization.
Mooseville.
That faith kept them in the
That
ruins.
guy will teleport
Most
you
likely
way
they're
up into
still
the
here.
sky. It can be very annoying. I try to avoid them at
Of
all
course,
costs.
a theory is just a theory until
I know
it
a
can
few
be
people that
proven.
actually use
The Rosetta
them
expedition
to their
couldn't get any
benefit.
farther.
And you can,
It's up to you now.
but I found I can actually move quicker without them. And if you don't time your glide correctly, it's actually a big problem when they teleport you. So I try to avoid it. Oh, yeah, and sometimes he doesn't want you to avoid it. There. Okay, now 4 flies will come out of these pillars. I'll take the 2 close ones to where we're going, and then get rid of this guy. The teleport door guy is way out of the way, which is good. Oftentimes he's right in here. So, we're just about to the final fight.
Behind that door is a sight that even Rosetta's elite have never seen. I wish I could
Now,
tell
the
you
final
more,
fight
but I have no
starts
idea what
with
lies
kind of an intro phase where you'll get used to our good old pillar theme again.
I hope
The
you can
pillars
find
and
the answers we
icons.
seek and make it back safely.
She'll throw some missiles at you. Those are just straight missiles. The blue ones just travel straight. She's got some later that are homing. Now, when she scrunches up like that, it means she's going to throw lightning. So, just run from it or use a lightning impulse regulator, but you'll still need to run a little bit. Because if you get hit by all the bolts at once, it'll kill you faster than the thing can heal you. Now those purple missiles are homing, so try to dodge them.
Behold.
Okay, now she goes through this. Now if I run to the right, I can look down there and see the first pillar is that's a 1 triangle hourglass, which he's going to be over there. And then we got the moon is next. The moon is right across there. Get rid of those guys. You can actually dodge those guys. You could just kind of stay on the run if you're fast. And now we see diamond is 4th, so that's the sphere right there. And finally, we get rid of the diamond. Now, the floor is going to vanish underneath you. So, just hit the good old bird. Now here comes the lightning again. So I'm just going to run and throw a turret up there. The turret will help, not very much, but it'll help somewhat.
Ignorant.
Okay, now when she goes through that, we need to look at the pillars, and we need to figure out what order they're in. They're kind of shifting right now. So there we got moon, something, sphere, diamond. So moon, hourglass, sphere, diamond. Now you want to shoot those as fast as you can. The longer you delay, the more elites will spawn to come and harass you. Now it starts with some arbiters, and later on you'll get gluttons and star walkers, and finally disciples, and they can be a real pain. Okay, now we got to go through that again. So we got hourglass, something, moon. Okay, hourglass, sphere, moon. So hourglass, sphere, moon, and diamond. Whenever she flies around like that, she's going to throw her missiles. You're best off not even shooting her during that, because you'll probably miss. Ah, I didn't get her. I wanted to get her in the second phase there. But now we look at the pillars again. And we see we got sphere and then hourglass moon. So sphere, diamond, hourglass, and moon. Now she regenerates her shield while the icons are up. So that's why, another reason why you want to shoot them as quick as you can. Hopefully can take her down here. All right, there we go. So all these guys will die on their own. And that's all there is to it if things go well. If things don't go well, I'll kind of stick around here and go through what could happen. If you're not quick enough shooting the symbols down, the elites will spawn from either side and come at you. And if you delay too long in killing her, or if something holds you up, which it's very possible, even on a good day, that something will hold you up, you'll have to kind of fight against her shield while disciples and the other guys are harassing you. If you got a deviation that enhances your damage, by all means have it out as much as you can. And if you don't kill her in the first few phases, you'll go through 4 phases of immunity total. These 4 discs will all light up in order. They'll go around the room like that, which I guess looking down it would be clockwise. And once you've gone through all 4 phases of her immunity, she'll give another little speech about darkness. Only in darkness can truth prevail, or something like that. And what she'll start doing then, her chain lightning that she does that you can run away from, it changes. And you'll see red circles all over the ground, and you got to kind of run through them and zigzag and kind of dodge lightning. And it lasts longer too. It's kind of like a 15-second barrage of lightning that she puts you through. Meanwhile, you've also got to fight all of the elites coming at you from every side. So it's definitely to your advantage. If the faster you can finish her off, the better. And if not, it just gets harder and harder as time goes by. If you do leave the symbols up without shooting them down, you'll end up with so many elites on you that I found it impossible. When I first started doing this, it took me a while to figure out which symbol was what and how to, I would start shooting before. You can kind of look at the symbol here. That's a clear hourglass. But while they're shifting, you'll see like a thick double row of kind of stone between the triangles. And the symbol will also look a little less clear. That's when it's shifting from one symbol to another and from one spot in the order to another. So you want to wait until that's over before you open fire, because a lot of times the symbols will appear on the disc, and if you just start shooting at them, you'll start shooting the wrong ones, and they'll keep resetting, and more elites will spawn, and it's a nightmare. I think that covers about all of it. If anybody has any questions, of course, feel free to ask, and I'll respond in the comments with anything I know. Now, of course, there's guys out there that can run this a lot faster than me. We'll see. Yeah, it was 14 minutes, 31 seconds. I've seen people run this in, like Zip, for example. He also runs a Brahminy. And before the bounce rework, he was able to do it in under 8 minutes, which is phenomenal. I've never come close to that. I think my record is actually 12 minutes and some seconds, like 28, I think it was. About 12 and a half minutes. I'm always trying to get faster, but I don't see it getting much faster than that. Fortunately, all you really need it to be is under 20 minutes, and don't get incapped, and you're good to go. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you could give a like and subscribe, I'd really, really appreciate it. Have a good time. And as always, enjoy the game. And I'll see you next time.